In this video, we're finally gonna make the last efforts to make the Chevelle ready for paint. I'm waiting for my buddy here, so he's going to come over and help me do the last of this sanding and all of this. So my plan right now is gonna take this out of here. I'm gonna park it outside so that we can work a little more freely all around the car, because there are work to be done everywhere on it, but we're pretty far along. So in best case scenario, we have this thing all ready for primer by the end of today, or at least by the end of tomorrow. So yeah, drive it out of here and then we can start working. So we've been at this for like 3 hours, and then we have taken lunch, and you feel that you're getting somewhere, and in some cases you feel that you're just sanding over and over. But Pontus has made some more adjustments here to the door. It's really hard when you're doing this much body work. You get like numb in your hands, so you don't feel everything. So he has put some more effort into this top area of the door. He removed the door handle and fixed this area, which I haven't done anything about. So the door, it will be good as it is. He's continued working here on the fender. The hood is what I want to consider done. The roof is done. I'm doing this fender right now, and yeah, there's a lot of body work on these things. But thankfully, this door is decent. That rear quarter is a good way along, and I have used this red spray paint just to mark which areas I think I'm done with. We're gonna go over with some fine grit sandpaper here anyway to clean it off, but you don't have to think which one you were working on and which one needs more work. And I feel here this was the first area I started with, and I feel like maybe need to go back and do some more here. This whole area of the quarter anyway needs another coat and a bunch more sanding. But we are getting along, but it takes a lot of time. And I don't know how I'm gonna make sanding into a fun video. So you just have to bear with it here and just tag along. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on sanding here. Believe it or not, it's actually the next day, and we have done a lot of work here, and we sanded on this for like 7 hours yesterday, so 14 hours between the two of us, and you basically don't see any difference on the car, but we are making steady progress. Pontus just finished up here in this rear lip, so that's all done. It needs some work on the deck lid, but that's not the worst. I mean, there was a pretty big dent here and here, but I think we're gonna sort it out pretty easy. I started to sand this because there was a little bit of I don't know what to call it in English, but I think the filler has sunk a bit, so it was a little bit of a crease here, and it was exactly where the old door has been, so I really didn't want that. So I fixed that a little bit. We were going to put this in primer again anyway. Also fixed this because I hadn't done anything about that. But other than that, the roof is all done. This door's done. Pontus gonna continue here on the rocker. We are doing the last touches here on the inside of the A-pillars and on the no, not on this door. I'm doing another door because that's one, the passenger side door is a little bit worse. We removed the front end, so the front end we think is done, as done as we're going to get it. So there are some small stuff, I want to call it, left on the car. The main issue is this rear quarter, but soon when the deck lid is done, Pontus is done over there, I'm done with his door. This basically has the rear quarter left, and we can't work on the same part at the same time. So I think I'm gonna move over a little bit to the front parts, the hood and the fenders, and put them in some sandable primer. And if we'll see how much we get done today, but maybe we can paint the inside of the hood and the fenders today, but we'll see how far along we come. But yeah, just gotta keep sanding on this thing. Standing here all morning, and then we went out for lunch and bought these two to have some more, what do you want to call it, shelves to put the stuff on so that I can sand it. So I'm gonna go over these, so hopefully we can get some primer on the front end stuff. And the car is coming along nicely. The roof's done, this whole side is done. Pontus fixed the roof dent and this little thing that bugged me. He's fixing the trunk right now, so he's coming along nice. There's only the trunk, right rear quarter and the door, and unfortunately we only have 3 hours left here today, so we'll see how far we get, or how far along besides the bodywork, or the sanding on this thing. I want this to be done today, so I feel that we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna consider it done however it is, so we'll see how good it turns out in the end. But I'm gonna go ahead and sand a bit on these so we can get some primer on them at least, and see how far we get today. We're coming along here. We're coming along nicely, but it takes so much time. It's so much sanding. Pontus is currently working on the deck lid, and I prepped all of this to get primed, and then I saw the clock that time was running away. And I sanded the door, so that was done. And then I was at this quarter, and I was like, screw it, just put some primer on this, see how it turns out, and then we can do some touches afterwards. But I really want to feel done with this. It doesn't need to be perfect. So the plan right now, Pon's gonna keep on sanding there. I'm gonna go over the rear quarter with some fine grit paper, and then we're just gonna prime the right rear quarter and the hood and the fenders. So I'm gonna start prepping for that. We're loaded up with primer, so yeah, just gonna start spraying and see how it turns out. So we got the hood and the fenders in primer. I didn't have enough primer. I didn't mix enough primer to get the rear quarter, and I'm really stressed right now because I gotta hurry and pick up my kids. So I'll be back to you in about an hour when I'm home again, and we can look a little bit closer on this. I'm back now, and this is all dried, and it looks pretty good. There are some areas that I knew wouldn't look perfect, but sometimes you just have to put on some primer, see how it looks, and work from there. So I'm really happy that I did this, and I think the hood is going to turn out great. Unfortunately, there was some what the hell do you call these? I can't find the words in Swedish right now. The small holes that you get, small air bubbles or whatever you want to call it. And I try to do this with my finger to fill them in, but unfortunately I created this moon landscape instead, so I need to stop do that. But other than that, the hood looks great. There are some more of these everywhere, some pinholes, can you call it them? I can't figure out right now. Tell me in the comments. Hood looks great. This fender looks great. I think it's going to look really good. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but sometimes when I mix paint in the beginning, it sprays really thick and you get these splatters, and then after a while the paint gun starts to run smoother and you get this little better surface. And there are some areas that I saw this when I sanded this down to paint it, but I just wanted to get a primer on it. This is really easy to fix. One thing that I'm not gonna bother, but it maybe isn't the nicest, but you can see this crease we have here, and it almost disappears here, and you get it back over here. I'm not sure how sharp it's supposed to be here, but it's a little more dull on that fender than on this fender. But you're never going to see both sides at the same time. This isn't a, what do you call it, show vehicle, so this is going to look enough good for this car. So I'm really happy that I got some primer on this. I would have wanted to get some primer on this, but I didn't. I made about a liter of product to paint on it, and that is about a quart, and I thought that would last me pretty long, but it barely lasted to the front end stuff. So we probably need another quart to spray the rear quarter. So I'm gonna keep it masked, so maybe tomorrow we can put some more primer on it. And also what I want to do is I want to get some paint, some black paint on the inside of the hood and the fenders, so that we get paint under here and spray it up here on the sides, so that then we're gonna, and also on the fenders here on the inside and stuff like that, so that we can then put them back on the car. I, of course, gonna paint black over here first, then we're gonna put them back on the car and sand everything, and then we can, when the whole car is assembled, we can make a coat over the whole car, and we don't have to mess around with freshly painted stuff and scratching them and stuff like that. So that is the plan right now, but we'll see how much we'll be able to do tomorrow, because tomorrow I am going to go and pick up another project, and it is the most amazing find I probably have ever found here in Sweden. I can't believe that I get to be able to buy this. It came out on a marketplace or Facebook yesterday, and I just messaged him directly. I'm buying it, I need that, and called me. I was super enthusiastic over it, so he called me like 2 minutes later, and I was like, I'm buying it, please let me pay a deposit for it. And he was like, what are you gonna do with this thing? And I was like, of course I'm going to save it. And he's like, are you really sure you want to save this thing? And I said, yeah, I am saving this. So I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but I will definitely be back tomorrow with a video with me picking it up, and we're going to see what it is and what I'm gonna do with it. But I'm going to tell you, I haven't been this excited for buying a new car in a long while. I couldn't sleep last night, and yeah, I'm up here. I'm going to tell you, I'm super excited. I really think you're going to like this project, because I am really thrilled that I'm going to buy it. So that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am hoping you're looking forward to tomorrow's video, because I really do. But anyway, that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.